Hey guys, LFX Studios here with another review video. Today, we're going to be taking a look at this Ultimate Collector Series scaled First Order Special Forces TIE Fighter. Alright, so this model, it was designed by the user Cavegod. You might be familiar with his name. He designed an Ultimate Collector Series AT-AT as well as a Sandcrawler. Those are very big models. You might be familiar with that. So if you are, he also designed this model right here. This model contains 1,691 pieces. Its height is 16 inches tall, it is 13 inches wide, and its depth or length of the model is 11.75 inches. Overall, this model took about 3.5, maybe 3 hours to build. I'm not exactly sure, but somewhere in that time range. And if you wanted to build this model today, the bricks would cost you about $375 through Bricklink. As for the features of this model, it is a UCS scaled model and a UCS type model, so there's not a whole lot of features other than the fact that this cockpit up here on the top, this top little window can lift up this radar dish, and there is a turret on the bottom that can rotate in 360 degrees, and you can position these little guns on the bottom of it upside down, whatever you want to do with that. But aside from that, there's not a whole lot of features. It's more of a display model, and it's got some really nice aesthetics to it, so not a lot of play features, as to be expected with an Ultimate Collector Series model. One thing I really like that in this design, it's designed very similar to the model that the LEGO group released a couple years ago for the original trilogy TIE Fighter. But this connection where the wings connect to the body, I think there's this circle detail, and it's actually the last thing you build on this model. And it looks really, really nice. I think it's sleek. It's a little bit delicate, but the way it's built with the hinge pieces and tiles that it uses, I think it creates a really smooth look and fabricated look, and you almost can't tell how it's connected to the rest of the model, which for LEGO I think is an awesome thing, especially with a display model. Another thing that I really like is the way that this red is incorporated into the cockpit. It is a Special Forces TIE Fighter for the First Order, and this red is what signifies that it is a Special Forces TIE Fighter, along with this antenna and this rotating turret on the bottom. But this red is really smoothly incorporated. You can't really tell that it's like a sharp break. It follows along the curve, the spherical shape actually, of the cockpit really nicely, and I really like that. There are some details on the back that show some engine detail, and you can maybe put some lights back there, some lighted bricks. I know that's becoming a more popular thing nowadays. You could put some of those in there and give this model a little bit more life than it already has, and you can even throw some on these front little laser cannons on the front. You could throw some lights in there and make it glow up. One thing that I wish this model had was a display stand. I guess you could display it very similar to how the UCS TIE Fighter is displayed, but then you'd be losing this bottom rotating turret. So there's a little bit of a trade-off there. I was actually thinking of an idea earlier the other day. I saw on YouTube, I saw someone, maybe if I can find the video, I'll link it in the description. I saw somebody who built a First Order hangar for a smaller scale TIE Fighter, and it looked really, really nice. I think it looked amazing, and I captured the entire feel of it perfectly. And maybe if that was built for a model of this scale, it'd be huge. I mean, this thing would be monstrous. It probably wouldn't even fit on the table, but I think it would look really cool. Maybe you could put a couple different TIE Fighters in there, and that would look really, really nice. A couple more things on this model. The wings are identical and symmetrical. There's not a whole lot of things you can do with it. I mean, it is a TIE Fighter. It's just the way the ship is designed. So I guess that's the way it is. But you can build them at the same time, which makes the build process a little bit shorter, especially because the cockpit is so complicated with all these different plates and the red and the black, that it does make it a lot faster. You kind of get through that in about 2 hours, and then the wings come up and you just power those out, and it's really nice. If you wanted to build this model, an instruction manual is available for this model. I will link it in the description below this video, so you can click on that and learn how you can get the parts list, the LEGO Digital Designer files, as well as the PDF color manual. The manual is 91 pages long, which isn't too long. Again, when it comes to docks, sometimes you get massive manuals, sometimes you get smaller ones. This is a really easy manual to follow. I had a very, very easy time with it, and I think you guys should check it out. If you do, click the link in the description. One thing that I think I left out when I was explaining these details is this front windscreen. It's a small detail, it's nothing crazy. You'd probably expect it with the TIE Fighter model, but it really does make a difference. If you look at the LEGO Digital Designer files for this, it doesn't have it printed, or the instruction manual doesn't have them printed either. It's not a sticker, it's the printed part. And it makes a big difference and really kind of sells this as more of a display model. And it's, you know, it doesn't really feel like Lego. You know, obviously you can see the studs and everything, but when you look from it from far away, you know, it doesn't really look like a Lego model. And I think those kind of Lego models, those really impressed me in this design. So kudos to Cavegod on doing that. As for the stability of this model, it's very, very stable. As you can see throughout this video, I've been kind of lifting around, you know, freely, and you can kind of see, you can just kind of float it around however you want. It's not going to fall apart on you. If you inverted it, this top part would come off. But aside from that, it's a very sturdy model, you know. Just pick it up by the center. The most delicate parts on this model are the detail that connects to the wings, that connects the wings to the body that I highlighted before. Those are a little bit delicate and a bit of a pain in the butt if you do knock them off to get that circle perfectly aligned again. So don't try to grab the cockpit like towards the edges. You want to just grab right in the center, lift it up, good to go. That's why I think the hanger model works so well, because of the way that it actually grips the TIE Fighter by these two arms right here. Perfect. Wouldn't have any stability issues with the center hanging. Anyways, I think that kind of caps up this review. It was a great model. I had a fun time building it, and I think it looks great. It's a good way to kind of build onto a collection or even start a collection. I think very specifically, the way that you build MOCs is very differently. How you have to go through Bricklink, and you need to get through your parts, and you order individual parts. And so if you've never done that before, this is an incredibly easy model to start with. There's not a whole lot of different parts, and the amount of parts there's only 1,600 parts. Not a whole lot, and you get a really great model out of it. So to me, no brainer. If you do or kind of want to dabble into that a little bit, great way to start right here. Then you can kind of get into more advanced stuff. Or if you already are into MOC building, this will be a breeze for you. You'll knock this out and it won't be any problem for you at all. Again, if you guys are interested in that instruction manual, click the link in the description and it will tell you how to get the PDF manual, LEGO Digital Designer files, as well as the parts list, everything you need to build this model. Anyways, if you like this video, comment down below, be sure to subscribe, and until next time, thanks for watching, see you guys later.